Yeah, so the grief is a very important part of recovery from CPTSD is actually feeling and expressing the grief, that we never got to express when we were kids or whatever traumas we went through when we were adults. When I go to the men's support groups that I go to and I'm able to, be a wreck, I'm able to be me, I'm able to be vulnerable, I'm able to be angry, I'm able to be, human and express the emotions that I never got to express when I was a kid. A lot of abuse from men when I was younger. Anyway, I mean, it's I'm trying not to be so guarded, but that's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling very vulnerable. So I got my arms like this. It's also cold in here. Trying to connect to people and let them know, about my recovery and that it is possible to recover from, stuff that is just, you just feel absolutely completely worthless and hopeless, and that there is no redemption, there is no way out, and that's what I'm finding is that there is a way out, and it's pretty miraculous, to be able to go through that and experience the grief and experience the freedom that it comes from facing, the trauma, especially with men, for me. And that's a very important thing because I had a lot of trauma in 12-step groups in the beginning of my sobriety 26 years ago. A lot of abuse, being held hostage, hostage. I wasn't like tied up or anything. And like an emotional hostage, where somebody manipulates you and uses you and you have no means of leaving. And that's part of being an abuse survivor, a trauma survivor, someone who's CPTSD, is that we gravitate toward people who abuse us, and with me it was men. And it was very emasculating, very demoralizing, very painful to repeat those patterns over and over and over again, And that's part of complex PTSD is constantly we're being triggered, constantly we're experiencing the trauma. And so for me to be able to go to a men's stag, because that's where it happened 26 years ago, and to face those fears and to be vulnerable and to be actually desperate, for the healing, especially to be somebody who's poor and doesn't have a lot of money and can't afford to go to a Meadows treatment or some place that, costs a lot of money. There's ways to deal with it without having all that money, and so I can make another video about that later. I welcome comments. If you like what you hear and you want to hear more about it, please subscribe. I am trying to form a community, and make connections, because connection is a big part of recovering from trauma. I hope this helps some people, and that really is an awesome feeling, when it does help people. So, any questions, your experience, anything you'd like to share, is all welcome. Anyway, that's it.